What's up, guys? Look, the clouds are breaking away, as you can see. Hopefully, we're about to have some good couple of days and we can get our yards knocked out. Be a busy couple of days because they're showing rain again Saturday. Yeah, look at that. The old sun. Woo! The old sun's coming out. So, that's great news. But look, guys, I've had a lot of people talk about the Vavor blade sharpener, and they said it in some lives, and there's a couple guys really interested in them and everything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in depth with it as much as I possibly can, sharpen some blades for y'all and show y'all how good this thing actually really does. Because I think if you actually saw what it does with an old blade and go from there, it might tweak your interest even more that you want to get one of these and demonstrate the little nail trick that I do and everything too, because I feel like I didn't get into real deep detail with it. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to make this video just about the Vavor blade sharpener. So let's get in it. Okay, guys, so I'm going to show y'all how we take the cover off. So it's got 4 little 7/16 nuts all the way around this little cover, and it just pulls right up. So I thought this would be a good video to show actually changing out the blades and everything. So my impact that I used to take my blades off with and everything worked just perfect to take off this nut. And I just bump it loose, unscrew it off. And you can see all the buildup this thing gets and everything on it. I mean, it's all over it. So I just try to use my scraper once I get the blade off. Let me move the blade out of the way for y'all. And see, it just comes off, and it's got a little spacer right here. Clicks on. So you pull the spacer off, and then you wiggle the blade around. Well, I have it all. There we go. Just kind of pry it a little bit. You might have to be a little aggressive with it, and then the pad comes off. And so I've never used this other side, but I want to show y'all all the way how I do it. So I get my scraper, just no paint scraper, and I peel around the edges where it's caved in, got all the way down. I lay it on this, so y'all probably won't be able to see it that good. Let me get it started. But you get what I'm saying. It's a sticker, so you're gonna pull this sticker pad off. And it sticks on there really good. So it takes a minute to peel the whole thing off, as you can tell. So let's get it all peeled off, just with a paint scraper. Peel it off. I'll be right back. All right, guys, as you can see, it takes a minute to get that glue off this metal pad. So it comes with these spare pads. You get like 10 of them. And I've had this thing for 3 years, and I'm down to like 3 pads left. So they last a pretty good while. And they're pretty easy. I mean, this thing is pretty easy to take apart and put back together, so it ain't a whole lot of time spent. So what I do is I'll stick this pad back onto the metal disc, flip it over, and you see you got your hole, and you can line it up really good. But what I do is I flip it back over once I get it stuck, and I stick a bolt up against it, and I just pop a bolt through it. The one I found is about the same as the size as the one that's on the shaft of the grinder itself. So let's do that, and then we'll put all this stuff back together, and then I'll show y'all, demonstrate y'all sharpening some blades and everything. Okay guys, these are the blades to my stand-on mower. As you can see, there's some chipping in it. There's some chipping down there on that end. So we're going to try to eliminate that. So let's turn on the grinder. It's got a red button over here on the side. There we go. So what you want to do is, you want to put that blade in there. And it's already got the angle for you. So there's the angle right there. And you want to put it all the way in and pull it back to you. So look at that. That was one pass. Look how clean that got it. That was just one pass. You saw it do it. One pass. But we're going to try to knock out the chips and everything in it. So we're going to set it back in there. Pull it back to us, keeping it square. All right, 2 passes. But when you put it in there, you want to square it and bring it back to you. So set it in there. We're getting somewhere. A little heavy on that end down there. You can see where it kind of burned it a little bit. You don't really want to do that as much because that's just heating that blade up, and it's going to cause it to chip even more. So you don't want to heat that blade up too hot. But look at that blade, guys. I mean, and it's really sharp. Alright, we're going to flip the blade over, and now we're going to do the other side. And we went 4 passes. So that's 1, 2, 3, go 1 more. 4. Look at that. Still got some chipping right there. Now that's a pretty big chip. So a lot of times, a lot of people are all scared about that. But guys, if I get the whole blade that sharp, and you don't want the blade super sharp anyways, man. A blade does not come super sharp because it'll roll on the edges. So, but with that little chip right there, I've never had a problem with having a little chip in my blade as long as my whole blade is pretty good and got that 30-degree angle that I'm talking about up on the top edge. Man, guys, my blades cut so smooth. Now, if I worked on trying to get that chip out, I'm going to lose a lot of material. And I don't really want to do that. So a lot of times, even with that chip being in there, but if you look at the top of that chip, it's sharp. So, I mean, yeah, it's probably going to roll a little bit, but it's still gonna make a great cut. I went 2 extra on this side, so I'm gonna go 2 on this side. 1 more. All right. I wanted to bring y'all down here with it, but see how it's leaning a little bit? There's nothing in its way. It's by itself. But you see how it's leaning a little bit? So I know right now that I need to take a little bit off this bottom side because the top side's angled up a little bit. A good balanced blade, I know some people were talking about I never balance my blades or anything. What it helps is it helps for vibration. And vibration in the whole system will wear out your spindles, your pulleys, which will cause damage to your belts, the actual spindle itself, and which will end up causing damage in your clutch because your clutch runs on that same belt system. So having a balanced blade is very critical for all the other things that is moving inside that deck. So let's grind off a little bit on this side right here, and let's see if we can get that thing to angle more level. Look at that, guys. That was just with one little pass. You see how it leveled it up? And it's it could take a little bit more off. So we're gonna do just barely a little bit. All right, I went a little too much. We'll take more off the other side. It ain't gotta be perfect, but it just don't need to be way more on the other side. What I'm saying is we're not putting a level on it and making sure it's level. We're just making sure that it's not way out of whack to cause major problems. So that right there, that looks really good. That's actually really level, pretty good level from what I can show y'all from the camera angle. But that's what you want, guys. Every time you sharpen your blades, you want them things to be pretty level. Like I'm saying, this right here is fine. This right here probably is fine. You just don't want that. You just don't want one side way heavier than the other side. And I've noticed too in the past, buying a new set of blades, a brand new set of blades, and they'd be off by that much. And I come in here and just try to tweak them a little bit. A brand new set of blades, guys, so you got to watch out for it too, So a good balancer would be key. This is just something that I've always used and it's helped me out. That's why I wanted to get in more depth with. And there you have it, guys. I'll put at the very end of this video, when I get done, or in the middle of it somewhere, I'll put the specs of the Vavor blade sharpener that I have, and that way you can see, and maybe you can go back and look at the RPG 712 and the comparisons of, the motor size and all that, because, they do have bigger Vavor ones. I'll just send you the one that I have, and it works good for me. And the RPG has bigger ones as well, that has a bigger motor on it and all that kind of stuff. So, but guys, this is just a little clip I wanted to show y'all because a lot of people's been asking about that thing. So I wanted to demonstrate a little bit on it and show y'all actually how it sharpens the blade. And with a new disc on it and everything, that thing, man, you only got to run it through like 2 or 3 times, man, and it hits that edge quick. As far as using like a angle grinder or something like that, that thing, man, and it gets a perfect degree edge on it. Man, that thing is great, dude. So, but yeah, and what I want to do is too, and a lot of people's told me, is to buy the RBG 712 disc, because then you don't have to change it out as much. It's a thicker disc, and it don't wear out as quick. But like I said, 3 years, they give you 10 pads. I still got 3 left out of 3 years. And guys, in the spring and summertime, I'm sharpening my blades twice a week. As it gets further along in the season, maybe once a week. And we do over 100-something properties. So take it how you want it. I'm just here to give y'all little tips. That's what I want my channel to be about. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe to this channel. Until next time, guys. Peace.